Well, folks, it has been quite a little bit on Fridays without a Budweiser race, but today they have returned. We have beginning season number 8 for the 8th edition of the Budweiser 500. Brand great Daytona International Speedway. We are here for Carnage and we are here to deliver upon a great winner. So, whilst qualifying is ongoing, we are fresh into a new season and lots more to go with it. I'm actually turning music down a little bit. Do apologize. So, schedule time. And we got quite a bit to talk about. New tracks, a shortened up season down to 14 races, and new mod, new time. Everything has gone big here with this Season 8 rebranding. Got Atlanta for round number 2, Sonoma at round 3, Rockingham used to play host to the penultimate race. Now it is round 4, round 5 and 6. 2 new tracks for the Budweiser lore. We got Gateway in St. Louis and Mexico City. Round 7 will be Darlington. Round 8 is going to be Dover to kick off the second half of the season. Talladega at round 9. Round 10 will be at Charlotte. Excuse me. Round 11. Interesting pick here. They're going to Old Spice, a fictional race road course developed by EA Sports when they had the license to create NASCAR games. Round 12 will be Richmond. 13 will be at Texas, and the championship race, round number 14 at Homestead. So, got more to talk about. We'll get to that in a second. But as for now, qualifying has wrapped up. It is Ramona Taylor who wins pole position. I'll go over her as well. As for the reason for the name change, I have no idea, but yeah. Reason also on the front row, it'll be Mattis Wells and William Gregory in row 2, with Bowen Fisher and Carl Childress row 3, Dragons and Noah Holgard in row 4. The final 2 set lap times, with Karen McElraith and Chikushi Nome opting to play caboose for the 10-car train. Is it really a train? I hope not, but, well, yeah, may notice new time we got. It was originally at 9 p.m. Qualifying time now it is at 8:45. This is in Eastern time, so it gives more leverage for those who go over to Narl, for instance. Because usually the end of these races would overflow into Narl when they begin their qualifying session, so it helps out everyone. And with that, I presume Carl Childress, who is going to make an attempt to do the full season with this new time slot. Well, Taylor, I brought this up during the BPNR broadcast. I believe the 200 I did, but this was they originally went by Laura Traynor, the same driver who came so close to winning the championship last season. But now with a new ride and a new name, probably a revenge tour, it's just under a brand new name. We respect their privacy. I'll just say that much. But yeah, also new mod. This is nationwide 2013. All these races are going to be on Cup Physics. And that kind of just breaks the stereo. I guess the theming they had a bit of league where they were running Gen 4 mods all the time, but this is also a really good choice as well. Don't I like Xfinity cars being used nowadays, or just Bush series cars in general, whether it be O'Reilly, Xfinity, Bush, whatever you want to call it. These second tier cars, especially with these COTs, don't get used too often, as far as I know. I could be wrong about that, or yeah, I could be wrong. So, coming soon is going to be the race start. Was told 2 or 3 minutes a little bit ago, so we should be going green pretty soon. Only 10 cars, which a little, I wouldn't call it disappointing, but a little lackluster given that we had, I believe, 16 come last season's race. So hopefully that attendance picks up, and this is just one of those leagues where it's very the beginner, and not a lot of people come here anyway. After 22 cars broke the attendance record come last season's season finale at Homestead, to downscale the way it did is pretty disappointing. I said disappointed anyway. Looks like going to be race time. Got quite a bit of action waiting upon us in Daytona Beach, Florida. Just making sure everything on my end is all good, functioning, and yep.
Start your engines.
So, small update for this race. Number 17, Frieza Rodriguez, who qualified P2, is going to have to drop to the rear because they're going to be proven a hazard with just struggling to keep their connection. You kind of are already seeing it now, but or they can wreck. Simple instructions, people. Just get around the 17th. Gonna be here a while now. If they wrecked during the pace lap. So back to my point, the 17 Frieza Rodriguez been experiencing connection issues, and yeah. And to not cause an early wreck, they're going to be sent to the rear for this initial start. And that's one better way to get out of the way, so that promotes William Gregory to front row. Anyway, everyone getting around the 17 cleanly this time. About ready to go. It's going to be a 50 lap race here at the high base of Daytona. Going to be clear 85, something I haven't seen before. And a 2x spare, and this is also using a custom EXE exclusively for the super speedways. We waited quite a bit, and Fridays are about to get a lot more chaotic. Budweiser ready to open up Friday night racing once again, as it'll be Taylor and Gregory leading us to the green. The bottom lane already looking pretty strong. Taylor and Mattis Mellows moved over to 34. When they'll broken off, it'll be Bowen Fisher, the number 2 for this season, trying to tuck in. And now they're already starting to fight down the bottom. Low car count, so it's bound to happen one way or another. Carl Childress looks to move up to 4th place. Be Gregory number 54, used to be 12. And my game can crash, that's cool. Not a great start on my side of things, unfortunately. Yep, there it goes. Alright. Trying to get back to you as soon as I can. Oh, but Taylor leads the opening lap. Things I do. I haven't had a game crash for quite a bit, actually, when doing these broadcasts, so... Womp.
Drivers, to your cars.
Right, I'm gonna turn down some things on this. Yeah, to play it safe, I'll just do these. Okay. Maybe? I don't know. Alrighty, sorry about that, and the lap count is also broke, so that's not fun. So, so it's lap 3 of 50. Apologies for missing out on lap 2 of action and majority of lap 3, but we are back. It's Carl Childress who makes the move to almost the race lead. He didn't lead the lap that time round, but it's going to be the 34 who was credited with the lap. They blinked out for a second, confused me. Apologies. So back 2 by 2. Gonna be 5 cars on the bottom, but 17 Frieza Rodriguez, I mentioned his connection issues. Really sucks. He's going to be our first retirement of the day here. And the inside's kind of broken up. Chill just went to block up top and then went back low. But no one really directly behind him. There was Bowen Fisher, but that was still a car length of a gap. But Childress was saved with Jackins and number 78 with a new livery, still sporting the NOS sponsorship. 3 wide back here, there'll be Gregory in the middle, Matt as well is on the top side, and that outside is pretty much all but forgotten. Noah Hogard, who was a 158, just shortening up, went now down to just 58 Sloop to sponsor his adventures. Going to be 5 laps complete here at the Daytona International Speedway. Just seeing a lot of people hitting the apron here, including our leader, which might as well get time to fix this up. Something like that. That'll work. It'll be Childress, Dragons, and Fisher who've broken up a little bit. Then there's Jukushu Unoma who started at the back, worked his way up to 4th, and opens up the door for McElreath to take over that 4th place position, number 77. He only has Mantis Bells to help him on that low line. Okay, I really need to pull up the stat sheet. I just created it for this league, and I probably should have just had that ready to go, but I believe McElreath was that driver who did very well come Homestead, especially in that final stint, so got real good momentum. Saw a bit of a scare there. At least that's what communications over at the Global TeamSpeak suggest. But yeah, I pulled it up now. McElreath did do pretty well, leading 9 laps. Was up there in the thick of it for the lead at Homestead, but could only muster up a 7th place finish. And the lines are even here once again. It'll be Childress versus Bowen Fisher. You could easily confuse them for both of them being RCR cars, which, yes, number fun, but don't believe they are on the same team. Carl just doing his own thing. Bowen Fisher, I believe, has a teammate to the record keeping for teams isn't that great. Oh, there goes McElreath, and there they go. It's going to be a first caution of the day. McElreath, Shunome, and unfortunately Taylor as well. It is race back in this league, but no game operated yellows. And Dragon's trying to make moves on that 3 car, just couldn't find any space nor momentum. So off of turn 4 here, Childress is going to win the race back. It'll be Dragon's second. And the 34 and third. And that's Noah Hogard on the inside wall. This is off of turn 4 coming into pit road. If that happened with them. Let me turn you off, lap counter. Alrighty, took a bit to find it. Going to be, just got loose into turn 1 here. And just Shunome and Taylor nowhere to go. See, with the onboard, looked like a bit of bumper grab had to do something with it. So now, as they're still pacing, check on Hogard, who was projected to get top 5 at the raceback, smacks the wall, and I feel like something must have happened externally. It just kisses, bashes the inside wall. And something external must have happened. I want to presume it was a computer freeze, like the screen froze. Something among those lines. So on our first caution, pit lane has opened up. And I gotta reset this pit cam. Off the pits, as you see, as I try to get there, Childress wins the race off the pit lane, Dragons P2, and Gregory in third. I'm gonna pick you over here, like I intended. And something happened with, the 77 here. Trying to look here. So I believe his reasoning for backing up is that he wanted tires, but deselected them on accident. Yep, there he goes. He backed up far enough to where you can basically reset the programming to take service, but not too far back to where it'll DQ him. So about ready to conclude our first caution. It'll be Carl Childress who leads us in the single file train. Yep, just confirmation. Quiet zone has been called. It is up to the race leader to call control from then until the start finish line, and he blasts off. About to complete 11 laps out of 50. And that just unfortunate for the three, because now that everyone behind him pretty much got a better jump despite it. Got a little too cocky with the jump he got, which is something you don't necessarily want in Daytona. You don't want a too big of a jump to where you get swamped, and that's exactly what happened with Childress. So 2nd through 5th across the line has jumped up to be 1 through 4. It'll be Dragons leading us, with Gregory P2, Hogard in 3rd. Bowen Fisher, I believe, was another car that got poor restart there, just not exactly within reach of this pack here. Listed 8th place. So I did mention that this race features a custom EXC. It is exclusive to the Super Speedway races, and from what I was told, it gives off better runs, so something you could expect the Chassis 3 around a Super Speedway, but as the field is up to speed, the top speed I've been seeing is around 198, or, yep, there goes Noah Hogard, number 58, he was P2. We're gonna spin it down here into the grass. That's no longer there in real life, but still gonna get it woke up, and I believe he has a flat tire. He's gonna pull to a stop here. He's gonna call a tow truck. No points in going all the way around with a flat tire, but I feel like you still would rather do that if it means saving at least 30 seconds. So back with the main pack is down to 8 cars. Only one retirement, that being Frieza Rodriguez, and you just saw Noah Hogard getting spun around from 2nd place. So 8 cars within this group here, all single file down. It is William Gregory who leads away. And now they're probably going to be exchanged for 2nd. Now it's going to be for 3rd. Mantis Bells holds the 2nd. Reed Dragons versus Taylor for that 3rd position. And that outside is not doing very well. Only 2 cars hooked up. Just allows the inside to prevail here with more cars. And especially seeing it here with Dragons. Be able to push along Mantis Wells here. And they're gonna go for the lead. Gonna try the outside on Gregory. Had to back off there. And that checked up those two. So that pretty much brought everyone else back into the frame. McElry, first car on the inside, a yellow number 77. Right, he's got fellow Ford of Jukushinome. So, we're going to be completing 16 laps of 50 in the Budweiser 500. Hogard still getting towed. And as soon as I look away, nearly a wreck between Wells and Dragons. As now that 34 gets shuffled out of line. As no one's going to try the outside anymore, at least not directly in front of him. There goes Cam McGowry with help from Shironome. Gonna try to blow by the 54 of Gregory on the bottom. Sliding up just a little bit. This is a pretty bumpy Daytona. This is Daytona SPB. SPB. BR. And Shironome very aggressive, trying to take the lead away for himself on McGilvery's, but that 77 was quick to respond. And here he goes, Shironome, he got a better run. McGilvery's unable to block that one. So it'll be Shironome who got his best finish of the season at somewhere and before. But going to be the 60 who leads here. Conclusion lap 18. It was Rockingham I was thinking of. He only led 7 laps, which... interesting. You know... I don't know at this point, actually. Like, I don't know what I'm experiencing tonight, so... if you've seen it, that means I have pretty much mixed in what was on the live stream and, this recording here. Let's see. So, what I'm doing, kind of just setting my stuff back up. I'm just gonna have to do stuff again, unfortunately. Guess computer doesn't like me today. So I'm just doing what I did with OSCC. And I disconnected from TeamSpeak. That's not even any better. So we're on our yellow for something. My PC did a whole reset because it discovered a problem. I.e., I think it just overloaded to hell and just couldn't handle it. I'm gonna have to restart TeamSpeak. I'm trying to reset everything. I do apologize again. And just reinstate that, and then yeah, we're on a yellow, fortunately, and this would be caution number 2. This is lap 22 of 50 we are working on. So Big Dragon's your leader, as I believe pit lane has opened up now. Big Dragon's leading Gregory and Shionome, your top 3. So, whilst we're under yellow, and I'm kind of coping and seething, during practice, actually, just a minute before qualifying, as Childress stays out, he's probably gonna go EOL. Taylor wins off the pit lane with Fisher P2 and Dragon's third, but announced practically at qualifying time is the points system that's going to be used for Season 8 is essentially a replica of the OSCC point system, which is built off the Formula 1 system. So first place is going to get 25 points, second place gets 20, third place 18, and fourth gets 15, fifth place gets 12, sixth gets 10 points, and continue went down. So only the top 15 are going to get points. We're still going to keep the 25 car field cap for all the races. Winning pole gives you 1 point, so technically, Ramona Taylor wins, winning that earlier today, going to be your current point leader. Leading A lap leads, it gives you 8 points, 1 point, and leading most laps gives you 2. So a maximum gain of 29 points at its best potential. It is. this saves up Noah Hogard, who we saw spun, and unfortunately won't be able to look back at that. But he was spun from second, had to tow, went down a lap. So he's back on a lead lap now. It's going to be Bowen Fisher who calls control, and we are back on the way. Lap 24 out of 50, just shy of halfway. Yeah, I'm checking, just make sure I'm recording. Righty, so pretty spread out already, as it was a time to have broken out. Here comes the 34, a Mantis Spell is gonna go high and pinch back low to put the 54 out of line, practically by himself on that top side. Gonna slide in, trying to get in front of the 77, nearly contact. But that was a pretty dangerous block, all things considered. After resetting free camp for like the 9th time this race. Righty. Childress had to go to the rear because he pitted a lap too soon. Must have been one of the cars that got involved. He's back in 7th place. Still 9 cars on the track. As Frieza Rodriguez remains our only DNF so far. And once again, Gregory leaves the door open. He let the 4 of Ramona Taylor get in. But it's now 4th place actually. So this is actually for Fizz. You know he's going to get that position. But as we hit halfway, it is Bowen Fisher, your race leader. And this match is Bells in P2, Cam McElvey in 3rd place. Now Shionome, who you saw for a brief second, wanted to be a little aggressive on the outside, trying to get people to go with him, and unfortunately no one did. So, despite the issues I've been having, and I'm trying everything I can, but I'm sure the races themselves have been calm and collective, really. So, if you would like to join, help the attendance in this small league, this is a Friday night league. For NR2003 online racing, you can find them with the Discord link. Now the outside side of form, as I say that, there goes the 54 of Gregory, and it's going to be a multi-car accident. Alrighty, so going to be race back still, as the leaders are already surpassed the line. This gives extra time for Mantis Bells and 34 to build up a run. No tie. Got bump. There he goes. Got help from Miguel Reith. Only for that help to abandon him as that 77 goes inside. So that'll just give up the race back win to Bowen Fisher. Gonna be 2 winning that. It'll be McGalby's P2 with Mantis Spells in 3rd. Alright, gonna go on board with the 58 here. Give you a better perspective, because the TV cams are kind of doo-doo here. It's like just a mid-corner bump drive that exit. It doesn't look like much, but just NR2003 not being able to handle these kinds of contacts. So yeah, it is what it is. So under caution period number 3 of the Budweiser 500, about to complete 29 out of 50. Boone Fisher is going to lead us into the pit lane, and I expect everyone to come in. It is 2x rare, so that means a fuel tank around Daytona can take you to 20 laps. I've seen 21 laps also work, so this is the ideal time to pit. Gary, the first it is biased. He had his issues during the first stop, going to be splash and go. Same with the 78 and 3 cars. But I believe that was Fisher who won off pits here. I believe it's judged at this yellow line is the closest one you see on your screen on the bottom. And that is a dead even, so I cannot tell you who won between Taylor and Fisher, going to be McGelvey, who gets third place. Or they could also save face and say that scoring is at the yellow line. Ready. Alright, about B20 to go, and that means that this is effectively will look to be the final pit stop, at least for topping off on fuel. It's going to be the two of Bowen Fisher who leads us to the green flag. Ramona Taylor in P2, Cam McGarry in third. Carl Childress in P4, Jenkins in fifth. And 9 cars racing still, 17 still out of the race as the only DNF. Bowen Fish, no, Shionami, sorry, rather, has the fastest lap of the race, but we are back underway. 20 laps to go. Island movement, and that's mostly because I want to assume that these drivers know that this is a tight fuel margin, so if anything, they don't want to be making these moves. They gotta just play chicken. Stay where they are. Like, if you're the 77, I want to say, then you're in the ideal spot because you take the most amount of lifting. Or even the 3 of Childress. You gotta lift the most. The 2 of Fisher as the race leader has got to punch the hole in the air for everyone, meaning he's practically full throttle all the way around. He can let up. Oh, someone's dead. Someone's dead. That removes the fuel strategy. It'll be Dragons and Noah Hogard. Strategy out the window. Everyone could come back in to top off, but still race back. Taylor's warping. Not enough time nor room. Going to be Fisher who wins the race back, with Taylor second and McGelvey in third. brief lapse to the shades of 2001, I'm gonna assume, with the flips that were occurring. That's the wrong screen. There you go. Warp from the 78s. That just sent a 58 skyward. Yeah, just launch into the fence. Kept the car within the track. And 78 also does a tumble. Scary thing around Daytona when you have to deal with cars warping and all bunched up together. Back under yellow. I believe this is number 4 now. I believe so. 4 or 5. I'm tired. And a little bit bummed out given the issues, but yep, everyone back down the pit lane. Well, almost everyone. Noah Hogarth, despite getting a all that wreck, decides to stay out here to inherit the race lead. So I'm presuming everyone's gonna top off here. Just get out of the way, splash and go. It's gonna be Fisher who wins the race off pit lane. Taylor's second, and McGelvey the third. So now these drivers are pretty safe. The splash gives you 2/5 of what half a can do, so 2 laps. We'll say that. Actually, stand corrected. Hogard will inherit second as Wayne Gregory also opts to stay out. So those two will gamble for track position, though. Excuse me. Admittedly, with the field size we have, I feel like it should have been a safer bet to it was a safer bet to pit, much like everyone else did. Like, gotta be safe with these kinds of things, and maybe like this is like 1 second up between first and last, compared that to like a 30 car field where it could be 2 or 3 seconds. The track position, it does matter, but with the less cars there are, the less of a task it is, like the less of a detriment there is to pitting. That's the best way I can describe it. Going to restart with 16 laps to go. 54 is given control, and we are back to racing. '54 got too big of a jump here. Don't see him laying off. That gives all the room for Hogarth to build up enough momentum to capitalize. Fisher's not gonna go with that 58. He wants to make his own moves. It'll be McGarry's following. Going to be side by side for second, not anymore. It's going to be for third as McGarry pucks down low. Hogarth wants to work with Fisher though. Coming to 15 to go. Still anyone's race. 78 is blinking once again. Oh, there goes McGarry. If I can find him. It's going to be only a single car accident. And thankfully no one else is coming, so the 77 will be able to refire and get back going. And with that, Mattis Wells is going to try and make a move. Has no one really to work with gonna flock back down to the bottom side, where there goes Dragons to 3rd place, with Childress being left out to dry, at least temporarily. Leaders move up. You know, for a pretty sizable gap at that restart, Gregory did a pretty well job of maintaining the lead. Gregory played bridesman to this last season's races quite a bit, and only recently he got his own taste of victory winning the BPNR Clash. Now he's only about 13 laps away from getting a Budweiser 500. Mattis Wells wants to peek on the inside, and he will get that space. Gonna have Fisher and pretty much everyone else with him. Gregory's gonna have to be shuffled back. Taylor, our driver with high hopes, going on her revenge tour, losing out on the championship last season. But she wants to avenge it with a new ride. It wasn't able to complete last season's race, mind you. And now she's within the top 3, gonna go side by side with Fisher for 2nd place. Well, a little bit of contact, and there will be more with Gregory and Noah Hogard. Gonna be a caution again. Now what these drivers do, Mattis Wells and number 34 blocks that top side with Bull and Fisher. Going each way, one way, but not enough. It'll be Mattis Wells winning the race back. Bull and Fisher in 2nd, Taylor in 3rd. 6th caution of the day with 11 to go. So we did see a little bit of contact here on entry. It looked like Childress may have gotten a mid-corner bump drive by Dragons, and then immediately after, I believe Dragons, with that stack up, has a little bit of both. Like, Gregory looked like he was going to give him a push. At the same time, Noah Hogard wants to take advantage of stack up, move inside, but just not enough time to pull out of line. So, the race gets delayed once more. Pit lane is open. And we are in the horizon of point to no return. There's 5 laps to go. The only taker is Shunome, looks like, as well as Gregory, who going to be just leaving now, having to deal with the flat tires he acquired. Looks like we're about to restart with 9 laps to go, so that gives them 4 laps to create another caution. If they want one, that is. Still 60, but the fastest lap. Gabby just scored 1 lap down. That shouldn't be correct. So it's going to be Mattis Wells, your race leader, come the green flag. People and Fisher P2. Ramona Taylor in third. Carl Childress in fourth place. Dragons in fifth. Noah Hogarth in P6. Cam McGalvey's should be listed P7. Shunome P8, and just coming back to the queue now, William Gregory in ninth. Ready? Again, 9 laps to go when we hit the line. Points and no return is at 5 to go, meaning no more cautions from then on. We've had a messy race, to say the least, but that's just a general racing product. There's going to be 34 who fires away with 9 to go. Very big jump. We saw this with Gregory on that previous restart. So how well does Wells do against Bull and Fisher? Well, he's immediately gonna go top side, just leaving the bottom lane open. Goes one way, goes another. Nope. Gonna leave the door open on the inside for the number 2. It'll be Ball Fisher to the race lead. Got his first win in quite a while. Two races go, but there to go again. It'd be Childress. Oh, going to be a caution again. Saw Childress, got Dragons. Oh, it'll be Shunome and Gregory. So, I suppose this will be the final yellow, given how deep we are into this. Go on board with the 78 Dragons, as he has the best perspective. Bad push to the number 3 that sent him into the wall. Yeah, 60 and 54, nowhere to go. Hard leg between the 3 and 60 cars. It'll be Childress and Shunome taking a little bit of airtime. Are we done wrecking? Like, as soon as I think they're done wrecking. Nope, they have to prove me wrong. Excuse me, only a couple of takers this time. If I can find them, that is. It'll be Hogarth and Childress. Again, if you wish to help out with the Budweiser Cup Series, just compete Friday nights. It'll be open to everyone. For NR2003 online racing, you can join via the Discord invite. A new time slot helping to cater to Gnarl, who, as of now, is set to go qualifying in 12 minutes time. And just have them out, because lined up fourth in line, and still listed ninth. Ready. Going to be 6 to go when they hit the line. Blonde Fisher has control of the restart. Ramona Taylor in P2. Mattis Wells in third. Any one of these 9 cars can still win. Oh, then maybe not all of them. Right, the green flag will be waved off here. Which, yeah, just might be better if we go helicopter on this one. Sunny Sam McGilvey does not get going, and that just caused a chain reaction behind him. Why that might be? Like, green flag is called here. He was just asleep. Burr was asleep at the wheel. Didn't get going. Righty, so they reset their start, or restart order, that is, so technically that wasn't a restart, but affected the back half one way or another. So now it is going to be a 5-lap shootout, and this is also going to be points of no return. So once we go green, no amount of wrecks can trigger another caution. Once again, it's going to be Fisher who leads us at the green flag here. Waiting for that control, and we are going once again. Much better start overall for the top 4, and especially that Sunny Sun McGilvery's. Everyone remains single file for now. 34, a little bit of warp, but all good. Number 4, Taylor peeking up. She wants help to get around the 2 of Blonde Fisher. Galvez wants to be quick about this. He's going to peek up high. Comes back down to help out Mattis Wells. Just from experience, the farther back you are, the earlier you have to commit to these outside moves. So if there are enough people, which currently there is, it's going to hopefully strike up a challenge and maybe instigate some people like McGilvey maybe go up to the top side. It looked like a bumper grab from Dragons 2 Shuno may breaks those 2 apart. 3 laps to go. Back down single file. Now it's effectively a game of chicken. Oh, bump! Childress to McGilvey smacks the 77 to the outside wall. But we are good to go. No wreck from it. That separates them from the top 3. What does Childress do with the run that he may get here as we hit 2 to go? Wells wants to go up to block that run and gonna use it to his own advantage. Gonna go up, Taylor, gonna put him into the wall, or just about, and there they go. Goes Childress and Mattis Wells, so that leaves these two by themselves, Taylor and Fisher. The rest of the pack, meanwhile, the survivors are going to have a massive run on them. Bun Fisher trying to grab his second win amongst 3 races. Taylor trying to spark up her revenge tour in the best way possible as we hit the white flag. Final lap. I don't see the rest of the pack catching. It's just a matter of if Taylor can get enough of a run to get by his 2. Yeah, fortunately, a wreck like that, and they just leaves the 4 all by herself. Nothing she could really do unless she wants to hook him. But will that be enough? It'll be Bowen Fisher who wins the Budweiser 500. And Bowen Fisher won at Rockingham, but was technically a couple races back at the concluding parts of Season 7, opens up Season 8 with the crown jewel of the league, the Budweiser 500. And people are already leaving because they're all about to start. But we're going to stay here as we await the number 2. Here is Fisher, pulled up into Tri-Oval. And trying to burn that pretty grippy track, but it's going to celebrate here in Daytona Beach, Florida. After what had been a pretty chaotic opening to establish Season 8. And Fisher did everything he should as the leader, blocked off everyone he can, and just don't peek out of line. Just leave the only way to get around him was to move on the top side. Taylor couldn't do that, nor anyone. Suja took the fastest line possible around Daytona. He's going to pull into the Gatorade victory lane. Get a better shot at it. Ready. We're trying to wrap this up as something has arisen in the background. So we begin our race results here, if they want to work properly. Ready? So it is Bowen Fisher, your race winner. It'll be Ramona Taylor in P2, Cam McGowry in third place, Noah Hogard in P4, Jenkins in 5th, Jukushunome in P6, William Gregory in 7th, Mattis Bells in P8, Carl Childress in 9th, and that would be Frieza Rodriguez, who started and parked. It's just one of those races, unfortunately, that The racing was kind of chaotic and pretty much everything went wrong on my end as well, so it is what it is. Um, I think I got everything I need, so let me quickly do this, because Gnarl's starting, and I don't need Cam Jam. Ready. If you're new to MCRP, we got a hot on the mic for this season, which is pretty much the interviewee room, as we shall begin them with our race winner.
User was moved to your channel.
Bowen Fisher, do you got me? Hello?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you were pretty sad about your Rockingham win last season, but how about opening up season 8 with the Budweiser 500 win?
Oh, it feels good to get a second one. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, both ones have kind of been iffy because everyone killed each other at the end, but I felt like the racing today was really good, even compared to the season before, where I don't even that one a bunch of people actually flipped even more so than I don't even remember the finish as well because I think I died. I forget, but it's great to win for the first race of the season. Even if I don't get any other wins, at least I have that stat somewhere on the board. But great to win back in the two. I guess I gotta stick with that number. Maybe my great grandpa's helping me from somewhere like that. But yeah, really happy. I kind of feel bad for Laura though, because she was defending for me the entire. As soon as she got behind me, she was pushing for me, but we both knew down to the last lap she's gonna do what she's gotta do, and I gotta do what I gotta do. But she couldn't really do much there when I just gotta hold the inside, and she has no one to draft with.
Yeah, real bummer of a finish, but still, you did pretty much everything a race winner like yourself should be doing at Daytona. Congratulations on your win, though. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Victor.
User disconnected from your channel.
Ready? And speaking of which, we got our P2 finisher.
User was moved to your channel.
Laura, do you got me?
Sure do. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, a bit bummed out because of the issues I've been having, but as for your race, though, been pretty quiet, but ended up when it mattered most in P2. Unfortunately, that last track ultimately meant that you kind of just weren't able to make a move on Fisher.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's just how it goes. Second place isn't bad at all, and me and Bone worked together most of the race, so it was good to see him get the win. Today was a great race. We got a lot of points, especially for that pole today, so I'm very happy about today.
Righty, and just before qualifying, new point system was actually introduced, so you may have missed out on 5 additional points, but how about going into Atlanta next week? Do we see a lot more capitalization on the first win of yours for the season?
Yeah, definitely. I think I have a really good shot at Atlanta. I'm great at intermediate tracks. So I didn't do great there last year. That was mainly just because strategy stuff that really didn't pan out. So definitely gonna try a new strategy this year. Hopefully that'll work out. And again, I love Atlanta. It's one of my favorite tracks, so I'm very excited for that.
Righty, and now I do see that you're Ramona in the game, but I also see Laura in the TeamSpeak.
Oh yeah, no, that it just never saves. It just never saves.
Hmm.
I've changed it like 1,000 times. Just ignore it.
Yeah, I'll respect your privacy nonetheless. That's just something I just noticed just now. But
Yeah, no, you're
regardless,
good.
yeah, regardless, congratulations on your runner-up finish, and thank you for joining me.
Of course, have a great night.
User was moved out of your channel.
Righty, and there was also Juco, but he opted out. Righty. I believe I have everything I need. I can leave. One second. That's not what I meant to do, but whatever. Next Friday, Atlanta, like I mentioned, for the Budweiser Cup Series. 8:45, the new start time for this league. What I went to show was this. this always goes first. Ongoing is Gnarl from Kansas Speedway. They'll be on Cheeseboo Media. Essex opens up their season number 7, with the clash at the Madhouse himself, the Bowman Gray Stadium. That'll be 11:55. Tomorrow, IFAR heads to the newly built San Diego for NR2003. Only the second online race, as far as my knowledge, but that shall be a pretty interesting watch over on Cheeseboo Media. I shall meet y'all over there. And Monday, got Cars Revival Tour finale from Homestead. I go in with a 4-point lead over Zach Hillier, so I have a lot of stress if tonight was anything to go by. Monday is going to be all kinds of stress because I either do pretty well quiet at Homestead, or I just don't bother performing there. It's just a mixed bag for me, so anything goes here. Will I best out the league owner? I hope so, because, yeah, I'd rather be driver flat out who wins rather than a league owner driver, but that's just my opinion. Again, Atlanta next Friday. BPNR after their off week returns with Indianapolis Adventures. They got the Cup Series Tuesday at the Big House itself, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and then Wednesday, the newly opened Truck Division as their second race from Indianapolis Raceway Park just down the road. Well, kind of down the road. A little bit of venture between the two tracks, but regardless, again, if you see this, I do apologize, and I'll try to release this as soon as I can, but obviously, just issues arose on my PC and all that, so it really sucks for that. Hopefully, I come back a little bit better, and hoping that my PC fixes itself until then, so until Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in, and I shall see you next time.